Hi, I'm Lisa Wetzel, and I am doing a short blippet of information, and Carrie is going to ask the question.
Why are relationships ending and new ones beginning?
The transition that is taking place is becoming whole and pure. And as you are moving forward in the individual growth, the shifting and changing, like bodies, will be mending. Okay, and so what I'm seeing is that the individuals that are resonating on that same energetic level, the same energetic vibe, are being brought together, and those that are not, it's like a magnet. What I'm seeing like the U-shaped magnet, and you have the magnets that pull stuff together, or pull the magnet together, and then you have magnets that repulse. Get that word. Repulse. Anyway, repel. That that means they go away from each other. That's what's happening. And so the magnetic resonance is what brings individuals together, like minds, like individuals. And we kind of know this already. But where you are as humans is the electronic pulse or magnitude that is being created, that vibrational matter is resonating at such a rate that anything that is less than the magnetic pulse that resides within you will be repelled. It'll be a pushing, sorry, my mind is thinking faster than my mouth is moving. But the individuals that don't resonate at that same vibrational rate will be pushed away, because it's the electronic or a magnetic or vibrational frequency. It doesn't mesh, and so those individuals that are choosing to move forward at a faster or a more rapid rate will be gravitating forward to other individuals that will manifest or have manifested that same vibration. And as they do so, they'll see that those that are not moving at that same rate, as the same rate of growth as they are, they're going to find that they're being left behind. Now, those individuals that are being left behind will be resonating with people or individuals that are at that same rate as they are. And then the people that are even slower or even further behind will have their own juncture as well. And so as you humans find how you are shifting and growing, and the magnitude of vibration increases within each one of you, you will find each other. You'll find each other in a way that you currently don't understand. They're saying people will appear at your doorstep. You will cross paths. You will have events, or you will meet people that share that same vibrational code. And as you do so, you will find that new bonds will be had and old ones will be left behind. And what I'm seeing is that it's like somebody taking a trip, and they are leaving they're leaving part of their closet at home, and then they're taking part of it, they're putting it in a suitcase, and they're carrying it with them. The only problem with this is that when this individual walks out the door with their suitcase of most valued items, they will not be returning to the items that are of less value. But at the destination, I'm seeing like the Swiss Alps or the mountains or someplace that is a destination that somebody like me would feel like I would never get to go to. or someplace that is majestic. That's where we're taking our luggage to, our most valued items. We are taking it to this place that is the most magnificent and majestic, and the place that only lives in our dreams. And we will be able to sit, and I see like a parking lot, and I see sitting my suitcase down in this parking lot and sitting on the suitcase and looking at these just majestic mountains with snow on them and thinking, I'm home. This is it. And this is where I'm staying. And I'm not going back. I'm not going back to where I came from. And at this time, realize that as we use this scenario, that when you walked out the door with the suitcase, you did not recognize that you would not be returning. And this is the key. So as we as humans, as we begin this journey and we start taking the steps outside our normal environment, that we may not realize it when we take the first few steps or when this begins, but once we arrive, we'll see that we're not ever going back. And whatever was left behind will stay behind. They won't be with you on that journey. Now, with that being said, we need you to know that the individuals that may be left behind will have the opportunity to catch up if they choose to do so. However, it is their individual decision. And what we want you to recognize is that this growth can be scary to some. It can be an adventure to others. But what we want you to know is that no matter which route you take, whether you choose to be fearful of it or if you look at it as an adventure, you will all end up in the same place. And that is with an open heart and in the environment that brings you happiness like you have never known before. The hardest part of this journey is actually making the plans and the commitment to go. And again, what I'm seeing is, it starts with, what if I could go to the Swiss Alps? And it starts as an idea or a dream. And I see that I'm just thinking about, boy, I would really like to do this one day. And then the days pass, and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to start researching it to see how much it actually costs. And then I realized that, well, it's not as bad as I thought. So maybe I can't afford to do this. So let me take one more step forward. And I look at my checking account to see if I have the funds. And well, lo and behold, I do. So then at that point, I figure out, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm going to start mapping out the game plan. So am I going to fly to Switzerland? And then do I want to go to a specific destination? Do I need to get on a train or some other mode to get exactly where I want to go to? What am I going to do? Am I going to eat at certain restaurants? Am I going to, what's the whole game plan in getting to that destination that is my dream? So this isn't something that you just wake up one day and say, here I am. It's a plan. And there's steps to take within this plan. So for some individuals, those plans may take longer due to fear, just having in their mind that I'll never get there. It's only going to be a dream. I'll never be able to make it happen. And so they give up and they stop and they stay where they are. But then over time, some other individuals may say, okay, well, this may be a dream, but let me just take one more step forward to give it a little bit more information. And so it's a process with every individual. And as we go through the planning stages and actually implementing some of these plans, that's how we continue, that's how we are able to get to where we're going. And so for me, I may be the person that's like, oh, I'm going, it's done. I know, I don't even need to think about it, I'm there. But for somebody else that may be a little bit more hesitant and not sure of, I'm not sure I want to leave home, I'm not sure I want to leave my family, I'm not sure I want to leave my friends, and they may be a little bit more hesitant, then they're more likely to only dream about it and not actually implement the steps to get there. So those are the individuals that may be taking a little bit longer to get to that dream destination, and they may not ever get there because of that fear of taking that first step to move forward and forward and forward. So be gentle with those people. We all have our own process to go through, and we all have our own way of getting to the end result. And so when we're talking about taking care of ourselves and ourselves growing in our own way, recognize that every individual is different, and every individual has their own process to get to where they're going, and accept that and understand it. But don't let them hold you back. Don't let somebody else's fear hold you down or stifle you or limit your thoughts or your beliefs or your dreams or your visions. What we're saying is that this is the time where you may have to leave somebody behind and move forward without them. And again, it's leaving the baggage behind. It's leaving what is less valuable in your closet, and only taking the things that are the most valuable to you with you. It may not always work out the way that you want it to, but remember that you are on your own journey and the other individual is on their own journey. And how this affects individuals is not up to you to decide. And I'm hearing them, they're saying it's up to us. Let us be your guide, and let us be the guide to others, so that we can create the ultimate destiny, and we can create the ultimate result in how individuals will transpire and transform, and what relationships are left behind and which ones move forward. And this is what we want you to know. And what we want you to realize and recognize at this time is that over the next 12 months, there'll be many relationships that will either grow and foster or that will be dissolved. But what we want you to recognize is, don't be fearful of what is no longer. Be able to understand and accept that they are where they are and you are where you are. There's no fear or animosity or hard feelings that should be had from someone that is not as adventurous as you, that's not willing to take those steps to move forward. Have patience with them and allow them to be who they are. Don't be angry. Don't be mad. If it's the point to where you need to move forward without them, then know that you can do so, and that all will be right. Everything will fall in place and everything will be right. Their life will be exactly the way that they need it to be, and yours will be as yours. So if you choose to, or when you choose to say goodbye to an individual who has resided in your presence for some time, allow them to do so with grace and ease, and basically, and not anger. It's not an angry moment. It's a transformational moment. And whatever has shifted and changed within you is giving you the growth you need in order to move forward. And they are where they are. And that's where they need to be. Because they haven't learned the lessons that you have. Or else they're leaving you behind. And you may be finding that you're the one that is left home as the other one goes on vacation. And if that's the case, be gentle with yourself and recognize that you're not ready to take those steps forward, and it's okay. Allow yourself grace and ease to move forward in the timing and the steps that need to be had for your own individual growth. And they're saying, and we'll leave it at that. So thank you for joining me. You can follow me on Facebook at Lisa Wetzel, Akashic Records Consultant. On Instagram is Akashic Records Lisa Wetzel, and my website is lisawetzel.com. Thanks.